Long ago, in a big forest, there was a lion named Leo. He was strong and brave and also very, very powerful. His roar was thundering and shook the whole forest whenever he let out a mighty roar. All the animals respected him and kept their distance from him. One day, Leo woke up and felt something was wrong. He felt very weak and dizzy. When he tried to get up, his legs gave way and he fell back down. And then he noticed that his tongue was also not working properly. He wanted to say something to his wife, but no sound came out. Panic started to set in. What if he never regained his voice? What would the other animals think? Would they stop respecting him? At first, his wife stayed with him, comforting him and telling him that everything would be fine. But after a few days, she too had to go out into the forest for food. Leo was completely alone when a spotted hyena approached him. She had a cruel and evil grin on her face. Well, look what we have here. A toothless and powerless lion. This is great news for us hyenas, she said, bursting into laughter. As she turned to leave, Leo gathered all his remaining strength and tried to threaten her. But no sound came out. Only a weak squeak escaped his throat. The hyena burst out, laughing even harder, and went away. Feeling miserable, humiliated, and desperate, Leo wished he could just die. As soon as his wife came back and saw that he was still not better, she suggested that he see the wise old owl, Dr. Hoot. Maybe he could help. When Leo got to Dr. Hoot's house, the old owl looked at him and said, "Your problem is very serious. You may never get your voice back." "I am sorry, my friend." Leo felt tears welling up in his eyes, but he blinked them away. "So what should I do?" he asked. The owl looked at him for a moment. "I can tell you a secret," he said. "There is a magical herb deep inside the dark forest that can cure you. It's called Singing Herb. If you drink tea made from this herb, you will regain your lost voice." "Thank you, Doctor Who," Leo said, and he immediately left for the dark forest. As soon as he entered the dark and scary forest, many wild animals tried to attack him. They were delighted to see a helpless lion. But somehow Leo managed to fight them off and find the singing herb. When he returned to the owl doctor, he felt much better already. He took the herb to his wife and asked her to make the tea. Soon it was ready, and Leo drank it in one gulp. But nothing happened. He waited a bit more, but his voice was still not coming back. Just then, Dr. Hoot arrived. "How are you feeling, Leo?" he asked. Leo sighed and said, "Nothing happened. I still can't speak or roar." "Oh, dear," said the owl. "You see, the herb has no effect unless you truly feel like roaring or speaking. Your inner strength is very weak right now. You need to become strong again so that the herb can work." Leo was deeply disappointed, but he knew the owl doctor was right. He had to become strong again. So the question was, how could he become strong without his roar? He thought and thought, but couldn't come up with anything. He was just lying around the house, feeling sorry for himself. His wife couldn't bear to see him like this. "You know," she said one day, "being strong doesn't just mean having a loud roar. Strength is also about helping others." At first, Leo wasn't convinced, but he had nothing to lose anyway, so he decided to give it a try. The next day, he went out into the forest to see if he could help anyone. On his way, he saw a little fawn that had gotten lost and was now crying and calling out for its mother. Leo remembered how his own mother used to sing to him when he was just a little cub. He gently approached the deer and asked, "What's wrong, little one?" The deer jumped in fright, but then calmed down a bit when it saw that Leo meant no harm. Leo guided the young deer back to its mother. The deer family thanked him, and for the first time in a long time, Leo felt good about himself. He continued walking until he came across a bird that had fallen out of its nest. The poor thing was so small and weak that if a cat had found it, it would have been its last day. But Leo carefully picked it up and placed it back in its nest. The mother bird was so grateful that she and her babies cheered as loud as they could. Leo smiled. Maybe his wife was right. Maybe being strong didn't always mean being fierce. As he walked further, he heard some hyenas cackling nearby. Leo remembered how they had mocked him and taken away his dinner before he lost his voice. Now, he was finally strong enough to take his revenge. But instead of attacking them, he just walked past them. He had become a true leader and they weren't worth his time. On his way home, he came across a river. On the other side, he could see a family of rabbits who wanted to hop over, but a fox had blocked their way and was threatening to eat them. The rabbits were terrified, but Leo was ready to protect them. He walked over to the fox and said, "Leave them alone. They aren't your dinner." The fox sneered and said, "And what are you going to do about it, huh? You are just a powerless lion?" The fox took a step towards Leo, but tripped on a tree root and fell on the ground. Before he knew it, the rabbits had hopped over the river and run away. The fox was furious, but Leo just smiled. That evening, when he told his wife about everything that had happened, she hugged him. "See?" she said. "Being strong isn't just about our roar. We can be strong in so many different ways. And I am so proud of you, my love." Leo nuzzled her and purred loudly. He really liked being a kind and helpful lion. From that day on, he spent most of his time making the other animals happy. He guided lost birds back to their nests, helped deer families cross the river, chased away dangerous snakes, and fought off hungry wolves. Whenever he did something nice for the other animals, he felt stronger and happier. Then one day, when Leo was walking through the forest, he heard a rabbit squealing for help. A hunter had caught it in a trap and was now trying to hit it with an arrow. Leo immediately ran over to save the rabbit, and the hunter saw him coming. He aimed the arrow at Leo and shot. Leo let out a mighty roar, the loudest one yet, and pounced on the man. The hunter dropped his bow and arrow and ran away as fast as he could. The rabbit was so grateful that Leo had saved him that he hopped up and down and wiggled his nose as hard as he could. Then suddenly, Leo felt his throat tighten. He wanted to say something to the rabbit, but no sound came out. He tried again, and this time a deep, powerful roar echoed through the whole forest. The rabbit jumped in surprise, and Leo looked down at his paws in wonder. Somehow, his roar had come back. Not only that, but it was much stronger than before. Leo realized that his strength wasn't just about his roar. It was also about his heart. He had learned that true strength came from helping and protecting others. And now his roar was even stronger because of it. From that day on, Leo continued to use his strength to help the other animals. He was no longer just a lion with a big roar, but a true hero of the forest.